Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of Foreclosurepedia Podcast. Foreclosurepedia Podcast premieres each Sunday evening at 2300 hours on the Foreclosurepedia Radio Network. This is a fast blast this evening. I'd like to speak a little bit about the differentiation between the National Property Preservation Guild, which is an actual association or guild, and the distinct differentiation between it and the National Property Preservation Guild group on LinkedIn. To bring those of you up to speed whom are not that familiar, several years ago, I actually put together the East Tennessee Property Preservation Guild. It actually still functions out here. I was the president and the founder of it, and still am today. We are a pretty tightly knit consortium, if you will, of contractors and actually investors out here in East Tennessee. And several months back, some individuals had approached me and had asked me to give some advice and to assist in helping to form a guild at a national level. And I did. I was the founder of the National Property Preservation Guild, and excuse me, due to decisions of my own, I had actually left the National Property Preservation Guild. Today, the guild, the National Guild, actually has a board of directors. Thomas Clark is the president or chairman, if you will, of the guild, and it functions. It is completely distinct and separate from the LinkedIn group. Now, there are members of the National Property Preservation Guild whom are in the LinkedIn group, but not all people or individuals or companies, as far as that goes, whom are on the LinkedIn group are actually members of the guild. Additionally, one thing I wanted to point out for clarification, excuse me, is the fact that I, Paul Williams, and Foreclosurepedia, which is a company, our company is owned by Crystal Mills. We have absolutely no association nor affiliation with the National Property Preservation Guild. I want to be very distinct and clear on that, because I think from time to time individuals confuse the fact of what I say or what is stated on the blog as being part and parcel that which is emanating from the guild, and it absolutely is not. And so I wanted to walk everybody down just through a couple of things. For example, this right here is the National Property Preservation Guild website. They have, looks like, a couple of entries here. They have a mission statement. If we go back up to the top, they have some pages up here. I guess we go here, and this tells us what their mission statement is and such like that. Foreclosurepedia is the same type of web framework, if you will, and that's predominantly because I was hired to actually put their website together. I do a lot of consulting work. I do consulting work actually for some of the regionals, some ex-employees of nationals, and I work in a pre- and post-conveyance setting, and also, excuse me, with specificity to 501 Regulation D investors. But you can see our information categorically different. We tremendous amount of topics in here that really don't deal with anything the guild deals with. We address a lot of other things, even our advertisements. Now, granted, this is generated by Google AdSense, but we deal with a lot of other things. We actually even say, for example, in our news streams and such, You can go down here. Now, I don't know whether the guild is or is not involved with their own political affiliations. I am as an individual. This is the Wounded Warrior Project. I'm a veteran. I absolutely support our veterans whom come home. And so as an individual, items like this, even this, these are my hosting people that I do a lot of work through. So this is me. This is Paul Williams. This is the Foreclosurepedia website, which is not the Guild website, nor is it affiliated thereof. We additionally run what is known as the iStar Classified Database Repository. The National Property Preservation Guild used to, in the past, contribute complaints and such into iStar. There's not a whole lot of participation going on in there anymore. We pretty much run our own deal, and this is mainly just a giant intelligence database. You can see it's about 4 years old now. We stream in 14 languages. We have 56 unique contributors, over 2,300 wiki pages, 2.5 million independent property listings. That's specific properties that either ourselves or other contributors have actually entered. We're working towards a crowdsourcing database listing. We have a little over 1,700 personal dossiers. Those are files on individuals, and about 1.2 million corporate dossier listings, files, if you will. And that's because primarily what we do is we deal with an inordinately large amount of data, and from that we actually extrapolate information, make projections, etc. ad nauseum. But once again, I wanted to go and take the time and discuss the fact that the NPPG is completely separate and distinct from the LinkedIn group. And part of the reason behind this is from time to time I will see comments excuse me, within the LinkedIn group stating that, well, perhaps the guild should do this, or isn't the board supposed to vote on that? And the guild and the board have absolutely nothing to do, nor do they in any way, shape, or form have any power or control whatsoever over the LinkedIn group. Completely separate and distinct. And actually, if you were in the group, you could actually take a spin through excuse me, and take a look at the members, and you would obviously find, for example, if we come through here and look at some of these people, these individuals obviously are not in the guild. Some of them, own their own businesses and are contractors. For example, here, Paul Moe, individual works up at A to Z Field Services. I'm sure he just, he looks through there because he's looking for qualified contractors. Sergey Godry actually does a lot of incredible contract writing on the DoD, Department of Defense side. He quite obviously is not a member of the guild, but he is in the guild group, and that's because the guild group attempts to make a very good forum, if you will, wherein contractors and clients can discuss things both openly and behind the scenes. They each to their own can reach out to each other and perhaps discuss contracts. So, by and large, this is just simply a fast blast. I wanted to make sure we got this completely clarified, that the National Property Preservation Guild, which is located incidentally at nationalpropertypreservationguild.org, O-R-G. You can go there, that's their website. Completely different than the LinkedIn group. So I thank you all for tuning in and hearing me on this Fast Blast. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out. COO@foreclosurepedia.org. Thank you.